I will not attend Jönköping University. Jönköping, it is a terrible place. I am a tuition fee-paying student, and I got nothing back in the form of knowledge. The teaching staff is not good and up to the mark. Some professors were not able to understand what I speak or ask them. My master's says AI engineering, but the program is 20–30% related to that. They are teaching some old techniques which I won't even need or understand. Just to complete the program, they have introduced some courses which are not even related, such as software quality assurance. I am currently studying here, and my point of view is I get nothing back in the form of knowledge. Pros, I get to learn management skills. Cons, teaching staff is not good and up to the mark. Some professors were not able to understand what I speak or ask them. My master's says AI engineering, but the program is 20–30% related to that. They are teaching some old techniques which I won't even need or understand. Just to complete the program, they have introduced some courses which are not even related, such as software quality assurance. I applied for this university, I got the offer letter and paid for the tuition fee. 10 days before applying for the visa, I was informed that the program was cancelled. I lost 5 months, I lost the application period for other universities, which means they stole my 1 year. Very unprofessional university. There is no application fee refund. They get the payment, cancel the program and don't pay it back, and I have still been waiting for the tuition fee refund for 1 month. Apply if you want to waste your time and money. Professors are very rude towards international students. Swedish students never talk to international students. They show that they are very smart and others are dumb. Few professors are really kind and supportive, but others are just the worst. They don't reply to our queries, mails, actually don't want to interact with international students. They should understand every country and its education system is different. Don't compare and make fun of others. This university issues offer letters than available seats. Disorient process and deduct charges from international students after rejecting visas. Furthermore, they violence our education right. This is not a good country also for good education. Sweden migration and Sweden University fraud our money and time. They use international students as bait to get more money by deducting at least 7,000 SEK from tuition fees and wasting a year of their lives. The university is slow and relies on a migration agency that delays decisions 4 months, then asks them to issue rejections to those students. At the end, a student wanting to join for good education is left at the end of September with no university for 1 year and 1,000 euro less of their tuition fees paid. If you are a tuition fee-paying student and studying here, then my point of view is you get nothing back in the form of knowledge. Pros, you get to learn management skills. Cons, teaching staff is not good and up to the mark. Some professors were not able to understand what you speak or ask them. My master's says AI engineering, but the program is 20–30% related to that. They are teaching some old techniques which you won't even need or understand. Just to complete the program, they have introduced some courses which are not even related, such as software quality assurance. I am currently studying here, and my point of view is I get nothing back in the form of knowledge. Pros, I get to learn management skills. Cons, teaching staff is not good and up to the mark. Some professors were not able to understand what I speak or ask them. My master's says AI engineering, but the program is 20–30% related to that. They are teaching some old techniques which I won't even need or understand. Just to complete the program, they have introduced some courses which are not even related, such as software quality assurance. They sell
too many parking permits to students, but actually they don't have enough parking spaces. You can never expect that a 300 kr per month parking permit will allow you to find a parking space on weekday mornings and afternoons. Not a good university. I don't recommend to join there. You wouldn't get any help from the local students either in the class or outside. Terrible administration, constantly changing course information, and unhelpful staff. Felt completely lost navigating the system. The campus is bleak and isolating, very little student life or support for international students. Lecturers often read directly from slides and there's a lack of engaging discussion.
I am looking into crimes near Jönköping University, Jönköping, to help tourists like you stay safe during their 2-week visit. It has a beautiful area, but unfortunately, scams and fraud can happen anywhere. Businesses near Jönköping University, Jönköping, are like a mixed bag, Some are honest, but others might try to take advantage of you. Like, have you heard about those fake souvenir shops? They might sell you low-quality items at high prices, and you won't even realize it until it is too late. I predict that if you fall victim to this scam, you'll probably feel pretty frustrated and disappointed in yourself for not being more careful. Let me tell you about this one incident where a tourist got ripped off by a fake designer clothing store near Jönköping University, Jönköping. The store had all these fancy labels, but the clothes were actually just cheap knockoffs. The tourist probably thought they were getting a great deal, but in reality, they were just wasting their money. I predict that the scammer probably just laughed all the way to the bank, while the tourist was left feeling embarrassed and upset. And then there are the restaurants and cafes that might try to charge you extra for things you didn't even order. I mean, can you believe it? Businesses near Jönköping University, Jönköping, are like that. Sometimes they think they can just take advantage of tourists because they are not familiar with the area. If this happens to you, you'll probably feel pretty annoyed, right? I predict that you'll be like, how could they do this to me? But sadly, this is just what some businesses are like. You know, I've heard that some stores near Jönköping University, Jönköping, might try to sell you fake or used electronics at inflated prices. I mean, who does that? It's just so wrong. If you fall victim to this scam, you'll probably feel pretty stupid for not doing your research better. But don't worry, it's not your fault. These scammers are just really good at what they do. I am just so sad that these scams happen near Jönköping University, Jönköping, you know. It's a beautiful area, and tourists should be able to enjoy their visit without worrying about being ripped off. But sadly, that's just not the reality, so be careful, okay? Don't let these scammers take advantage of you.
Welcome, dear traveler. I will now guide you through what the places near Jönköping University are really like. Imagine a town where the promise of modernity is hidden behind broken doors and confused signs. The overall feeling is that most businesses fail to meet the simple expectations of a student or a visitor. They seem to forget that a clear sign or a clean restroom can make the difference between a pleasant day and a frustrating one. The large shopping center that many think of as the heart of the city, Essex, lives up to the name only in size. It feels as if the management has taken a very short nap and forgotten to check the most basic details. Visitors often discover that the restrooms are few and in a sorry state. In one account, a person described the toilets as horrible and not enough for the crowds that gather on a busy day. The center also loves to play hide and seek with its opening hours. During holidays, the information on Google Maps does not match the reality on the ground, leaving people standing at the doors while the doors are closed. Even a simple request such as bringing a dog becomes a puzzle. One traveler drove from Stockholm in the heat, searched for a sign about pets, only to be stopped by staff because a tiny sticker said no dogs allowed. The lack of clear information is a recurring theme that makes the whole experience feel like a riddle with no answer. Moving to a place where coffee should be a warm hug, the Stuck Cafe Jönköping offers a different kind of disappointment. The music inside is turned up so high that a quiet conversation becomes impossible. Guests who try to find a calm corner are forced to sit in the middle of a noisy room. The seating is scarce because many people use the space for meetings without ordering food, leaving those who simply want a drink standing. A family with a child who has a food allergy discovered that the promised allergen-friendly pastry never arrived, and the staff could not accommodate a later pickup. This lack of flexibility feels like a closed door that will not open for anyone with special needs. Even the coffee itself has been described as tasting like water, brewed in an old thermos, leaving the drinker with nothing but a warm disappointment. Some visitors report that the prices are high while the flavors are bland, and the staff, though friendly, cannot change the fact that the menu feels generic and uninspired. Nightlife at the Sliver Jönköping follows a similar pattern of frustration. The venue is known for its short lines and swift ejection of guests. One patron spent only 5 minutes inside before being treated poorly by a security guard who seemed to enjoy exercising power. The bartender, on several occasions, has been reported as rude, turning a night of celebration into an uncomfortable encounter. Security staff appear to act with excessive authority, sometimes confronting guests for no clear reason and even physically assaulting them. In one story, a person was removed from the dance floor just as they began to enjoy a drink, and another recounts a night where the sound system failed during a live performance, making it impossible to hear the music. The overall atmosphere feels like a closed club where the only thing louder than the music is the disappointment of the crowd. Finally, the store called Story, which once held a promise of variety, now suffers from a decline in both selection and attitude. After a popular brand left the space, the shelves became emptier and the staff grew more aloof. A shopper was asked a blunt question about whether they intended to buy or just look, a moment that felt like being judged for simply wandering. The experience leaves a taste of arrogance and a feeling that the store cares more about appearance than service. What should a traveler keep in mind when staying near Jönköping University?
First, expect that information may be missing or outdated, so it is wise to double-check opening times and pet policies before you set out. Second, prepare for high prices